to Asheville, send me an email.
I'll do better than sending you an email. I'll send you a movie. This is Biltmore Estate in Asheville, North Carolina. Happens to be one of Al's and my most favorite places to go to in the United States. It's comfortable, relaxing, and absolutely gorgeous. This home opened officially on Christmas Eve, 1895, when George invited his family and friends to come and help him celebrate and see for the first time his expansive estate. One of the many archived photos of the Vanderbilts at home. All right, this is Howard.
Okay, very good. Well, we are at Biltmore Estate. This is the house, 250 rooms, 175,000 square feet. Over to the side through the Turkish share. Over here's where the horses used to live. That's the stable area. Now we have retail shops, food and beverage, restrooms, and important stuff's all over there. On the other side of the house is the gardens. You walk down through the beautiful gardens of Biltmore and enjoy the nice, beautiful flowers this time of year. Gorgeous down through there.
I think everyone should have a magnificent courtyard to see your beautiful home. Well, that's what the Esplanade provided for the Biltmore mansion. Here's the railroad that was built to bring in all the building supplies for the entire estate, and once the estate was completed, it was removed because George didn't like railroads, even though that's how his family made most of their money. Now, you'll never see anything lovelier than the Blue Ridge Mountains as a backdrop for this here estate. And did you notice Mount Pisgah is the highest peak in that there range?
Persistent, keeps asking for money, and finally she decides to give him $100, see what he'll do with it. So she gives him $100, a year goes by, and at the end of the year he owns 3 boats, and he's got $1,000 in the bank, so he pays her back, and his business snowballs. This is the oldest river in the world, is the New River, which is also in North Carolina, east of us. The second oldest is the Nile in Egypt, and the French Broad River is the 3rd oldest. It got to $110 an acre for 700 acres. They sold. So George comes out here and he wants to see what Olmsted plants. Now Olmsted loved water. For him, it's a very calming influence. This is 4 Mile Branch. This creek, when it floods, when it rains a lot around here, gets filled with silt. And the last thing Olmsted wants is a dirty pond. So this was constructed. Digging and found railway spikes.
A rediscovered portion of the rail system that was used to transport building materials.
You'll find that there are 5 long needles. And the other way to recognize a white pine is look at the arrangement of the branches on the trunk. Notice how they're arranged like spokes on a wheel. And that's the only kind of tree that had
White pine.
All right, see that? This is the exit road. We board horses, we rent horses. You're going to see a field of canola. This plant per acre supplies 140 gallons of oil. Now, we knew that someplace on the estate there was a golf course. So sending out notes to people who went back there was the bass pond. This is the lagoon. This was designed by Frederick Olmsted. It was his son for one of yours. Oh, yeah, thank you. Okay. All right, we're going to step out here for this.
Then we have the beautiful music being played at the Biltmore Inn, and Al is doing his lovely waltz across the patio. This is where they brought their crops. They would clean them, use them for the home, and then sell the extra. Much of the produce that is grown today is used in the restaurants. And an original photo of when it was first built. The beautiful entry gate.
Are you enjoying it?
Oh, very much. It's a beautiful dining room.
Yeah, very expensive.
Al, are you enjoying yourself? Boy, that was boring. Let's try it again. Are you enjoying yourself?
Where am I? This is great. He's
So
looking at
cute.
you.
We're at the Biltmore Garden walkway. Acting like a queen. One of the only times you'll ever see Al run like this. He does not want to miss his clay shooting session. I am going through the azalea gardens now. What do you use to fertilize all this?
Well, basically, we're using a high nitrogen slow release fertilizer, something similar to a 24-7-8 or 17-17-17. It's about a 3-month fertilizer, and that means it's slow release. And we usually do that early spring. That's basically what we do.
There you have it. That's what they use. And they are lush. I might have to try that, because obviously it's working. Wonder if these trees will grow in Wyoming.
No photos, please. No photos in the interior of the building, please.
Surprise, surprise, we're eating again. See how happy we get? Oh, look at this. This tree actually had snow falling from it. Everything for this house was handmade and one of a kind. Recognize Joan of Arc? The original Olmsted miniature in the architectural tour. The architect's tour takes you to the rooftop of the Biltmore Mansion. William Hunt Morris designed this so that George Vanderbilt could go out and look at his entire estate. The grotesque lookout. This could very well be George, but no, it's Al and Mrs. Vanderbilt. The beautiful turquoise is a result of patinaed copper. Gargoyles encircled the entire circumference of the house. These are my absolute favorite, the grotesque and the gargoyle. It's a little hard to make out with the patina, but it was a beautiful copper finish with the initials GV that bordered the entire roof of the house, standing for George Vanderbilt, just in case someone didn't know who owned it. I love this conservatory. Inside, Cornelia Vanderbilt had her wedding breakfast there. Today, they will arrange it for Christmas or orchestras, and the fountain is the boy stealing geese. Hey, Al. Hi.
Hi, how you doing?
Great. How are you doing?
Look at the blue.
The beautiful, cool, and refreshing pergola covered with wisteria. Wisteria trees. We tried years ago to plant these, wouldn't grow. Absolutely beautiful. Hey, the head gardener showed up. Tulip garden in the Biltmore. Then we'll go around and see the azaleas. It's overcast, perfect cloudy, cool, warm. Thank you, Al. It's my conservatory. You don't believe me? A room with a view. Antler Village is just below the Biltmore Inn. There are restaurants, a winery, exhibition hall, and this is where you make your reservations to go kayaking, boating, fly fishing, and even a Segway tour. An original photo of the dairy, and then an aerial photo of the dairy, and Al suggested it was probably taken by a hot air balloon. I believe him. Here's how it looks today in Antler Village, converted to a winery. This is the stables, the men lived above, and then a refurbished picture as it looks today. Originally 50 milking cows, and now it's been turned into a tasting room for the winery. Very tastefully done.